Welcome to Hit or Miss. Today we're taking a look at Street Fighter 6. Now this is a game that I was actually really surprised with. I know I say this time from time in some of my reviews, but I genuinely mean it with this one. I saw a lot of the promotion material for Street Fighter and I was kind of like, maybe I'll play it, maybe I won't. And so when the game had betas, I tried them out and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool, but I don't think I would buy this game day one. And then the game came out with the beta that I want to say it was a couple months ago that lets you play in the World Tour mode. And I'm not going to lie, I was sold. I was like, all right, this is actually kind of cool. Because to give some context / lore, I'm not really big on fighting games. I mean, I do play them, but there's very specific fighting games that I'm willing to play or even invest time in. For regular fighting games like the big three, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, I can't do it, dog. I'm just not good at it. I don't want to learn all the combos. I like the idea of it and I want to get into it, but I just couldn't do it. And so coming into Street Fighter 6, I was thinking that it was going to be the same thing. But as more information kept coming out and I played the last beta before release, I was like, oh shit, damn, all right, this is actually kind of cool. Maybe I will buy this game. And so when the game fully came out, I decided to buy it on Steam with the idea of, well, all right, I got 2 hours to try it out. If I don't like it, I'll just refund it. And I played way more than 2 hours. I just kept going and going and going all on release day. And I just lost track of time. And that is crazy to say because this game just does everything right that I think for a player like me who isn't really too, I don't want to say comfortable, but maybe just not too confident in their fighting game skills or just trying to really get into that field knowing how many diehard players there are that, you know, play this genre pretty much their whole life and they love playing these games. We hear the idea of a fighting game coming out and we're like, man, I would love to get into it, but then you go against it and you start playing against players who know like every goddamn combo known to mankind. They can do all the different crazy shit. So when you hop online, you get your ass kicked immediately and then you're like, man, this fucking sucks. Or the other fact is a game comes out and they have nothing but just online, and so there's nothing else to do, and if the only thing you can do is online and all you do is get your ass kicked, then there's no reason to really buy the game. And so with Street Fighter 6, it fixes all the problems with it. This whole review is coming from the perspective of someone that doesn't really get into many fighting games and would love to get into them. And this is the first one I think that really cracks the code on trying to get more casual people like me into the actual genre of fighting games and try and invest more time and energy into it. With Street Fighter 6, you have the World Tour mode, then you have the Battle Hub, which is just another fancy way of saying, all right, how you get matched with other players for ranked and casual. And then you have the Fighting Grounds, which is just arcade mode and a bunch of other modes. I'll put like a picture right now to show it. And there's a lot of different flavors of tea that you can choose from that fits you the best. So for me, I came into this game, I was like, fuck, I love the World Tour mode. And so I just kept on playing it and playing it and playing it. And the best thing about World Tour mode, and it's going to be a shame that because some players are probably going to skip it like, I don't need World Tour mode. That's a waste of my time. No, it's actually a lot of fun. It's pretty much like, I know some people compare it to Yakuza, and I think it's kind of similar in that way. But what World Tour mode is pretty much your own playground to learn the game as a whole and learn the fighting mechanics. Because what they do is, of course, there's not like any crazy end of story. Let's be real here. It's nothing wild. But it's just the idea that you get to make your own character. You can have your own master, whoever your favorite fighting character is, learn their move styles. And then if you have other characters, you can take some of theirs and you can pretty much build an avatar and do just different shit with it. It's a lot of fun with that. And on top of that, when you build your character and your avatar, there's a thing in the Battle Hub where you can go down the middle and you can fight against other people's avatars. So you're not just building your avatar for nothing. If you want to, you can battle other people and see how yours stacks against theirs. But what I think makes this a really great package is just the fact that because of the way the World Tour is set up and the fact that, let's say you choose a master. For me, right? Cammy's one of my favorite characters. I choose Cammy. I get her fighting style for my character. Guess what? Now I'm using it on my avatar. I'm playing through the World Tour mode. I'm fighting enemies and I'm going through it. I'm learning how Cammy's moveset works for her play style, while on top of that learning everything else about it in terms of fundamentals, so that when I go to actual ranked or for casual, I already have like at least somewhat of an idea how to play Cammy based on my own avatar and from what I took from her move style, because you can put on your own character. So I think the game just does really well on that front in terms of just trying to get you ingrained, teach you the basics while letting you have fun at the same time and not getting your ass clapped by every fucking person on ranked or casual that has already played the game since they were a fucking baby. And I think that's really great. On top of that, I know there's a really controversial point from a lot of the veteran players that are Let me peel the band-aid off. It's about modern controls. All right, you have modern controls and you have classic control. Classic control is for those who have always grown up playing fighting games. They know it from their heart. They got all the combos down mastered, and they got the fighting sticks and all that. Modern control is made for people like me, the little babies who don't really know how to do all the different combos, that just use a controller, and it's really just hard to make it happen. And so the idea of even trying to use classic controls scares someone like me and makes me not even want to buy the game. But because this game created modern controls for people like me who can come in and now do all the cool moves and shit like that without having to push like 20 different thousand combos to make one move happen, it makes it a lot more possible and feasible to be like, oh, you know what? All right, this isn't so hard. I can do this with my controller. And that's what this game did. Whether I was playing World Tour mode, or I was doing casual, or I was doing ranked fighting grounds, with me being able to use modern controls, it allowed me to actually be accessible and feel like I can actually do something online for once without feeling like I was handicapped by my ability and not knowing the game. Now, of course, it's easy to say, oh, well, get good, bro. Get fucking good, man. And I mean, hey, if you want to just keep playing against all the same people who buy every fucking fighting game and you don't want new people to go against, hey, keep that mentality. But if you want people like me who want to give the game a shot and at least have some form of a way to actually stand a chance, then this is something that introduces more players into your game, because at the end of the day, the whole point is to have more people enjoy your genre. That's what I don't think a lot of classic control players get who complain about modern controls. Yes, you could probably say there's some things that might need to be tweaked for certain characters. Maybe modern controls give them a way bigger advantage versus classic controls. I'm not going to debate that. I'm pretty sure that is true. But at the end of the day, when the whole goal is to get more people to enjoy your genre and modern controls do that, there should be nothing but celebration just for that alone. And that's what this game does so well. And I think this game is so good for people who just want to get into a fighting game and really want somewhere like a good start where it can build you up but not punish you for trying to work your way to the top. And I think this game does really well with that. On top of that, when you go to the fighting grounds, every tutorial is so fucking in-depth, it pretty much holds your hand to teach you every single thing you need to know about a character that you want to play as. It'll tell you how they're supposed to be played, how to do certain moves. Then when you do this move, this is how you stop this from happening. It is all so very in-depth, and it makes it so welcoming for people who want to just try out this game and really just want to actually learn without having to go through YouTube, go to someone in the comment section, hit them up in a message, be like, hey man, how do I do this? No, the game gives you in-depth tutorials and visuals to show you how to do things. Anyways, this game is amazing. It's definitely a hit. I don't think it was coming to a surprise to anyone. This game is great. It's phenomenal. If you're someone who's been dabbling in the idea of potentially trying to get into fighting games, I definitely say if you're on like you're teetering, you're on that fence, this is definitely the one to get without a doubt. It's just so good and I can't get enough of it. Ever since the release on Friday, I've already gotten 20 plus hours in this game. That's insane for me to ever say about a fighting game. The only other game I would ever see me probably putting that much time is when Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 comes out, and that's about it. But yeah, I definitely never thought the day would come where I'm playing a fighting game day one that I was actually happy with my purchase, that I didn't regret it, and that all I want to do is keep playing it every single day despite all the other games that are coming out. That is wild to say, but I am happy to say it. Anyways, yeah, Street Fighter 6 is definitely a hit.